On this episode, the Main Street Magic EPCOT World Showcase Cup continues as the tournament moves into the quarterfinals. 8 pavilions remain, but by the end of today's episode, only 4 will advance, as each head-to-head matchup brings us one step closer to crowning the ultimate World Showcase champion. Today's July 14th, 2026, and this is episode 886 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
Well, I hope everyone has had a good weekend. Have you, Jeremy?
I've had a wonderful weekend. Thank you. We did see
a good weekend.
Yeah, we did see Toy Story 5 finally.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Let's talk about what you thought first.
I didn't love it. I mean, it was okay. It didn't, to me, it didn't have the same humor and charm and heart that the first 4 did. And I'll start off by saying I've never been a giant Jessie fan.
Okay.
I think she's a little obnoxious. And that's just me.
I like her.
And this movie is very much...
It is very
based
much
off
a lot
of her,
of her.
And she controls it.
Which is really cool.
You don't get much Woody. You don't get much Buzz. You get little to none of most of the original characters that I think we've all grown to love, which is fine. Except I think you should have made more of that switch in Toy Story 4 and then set it up as like another whole trilogy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if that's where they're going to go moving forward. But it's still a wonderful, movie. It does still have heart. I also think if you're going to do something all about technology replacing toys, 2026, you're a little bit behind the ball. Like this should have been made 10 years ago. Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
It would be my only other thing. But, I think they still did a good job with it. It's, I think I'm surprised that script came across the desk of Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, and they were like, we got to make this. I can only assume it was because it was accompanied by a very large check.
Well, probably. But I thought it was really, really good. I think if you take, her having the learning experience as even though she was gotten rid of, she still loved that doll. I mean, so much that there's a big, huge, I don't want to say anything because
don't spoil anything.
If people haven't watched it, but
you've already confused people. You've already confused me with your wording.
I think I just really, really, I think I really liked it. I think I really liked the story behind everything.
Yes, it definitely touches very much on true friendship.
Yeah, I think,
which is good.
I really liked it. I would like to watch it again. Because we saw it in the theater, obviously, but I'd like to watch it again through Disney Plus when it comes. But I really enjoyed it. And then we went to a hot pot, which I did not enjoy.
This is our first time we've done a hot pot. There's a lot of them around Orlando.
Yeah.
We kept saying we wanted to do one.
I'm glad I did it for the
decide to
experience.
do it. Yeah.
It was fun with friends.
Yes, I would definitely recommend going with friends.
But
it was a neat experience.
It is, but I don't want to cook my own food.
Well, it's
I
not
think
about...
I realize that.
You know what?
And
for
I don't
me-
know if I do it right. And then, like, praise God. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jesus. I was all right, and I didn't get sick.
The only thing you really have to worry about there is some chicken because you can add the grill portion.
Still.
It wasn't the work that bothered me as much as there are a billion combinations you can choose from your meats, your noodles, your veggies, your sauces, your toppings, that by the time you figure out what works, you're full.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff is very flavorless.
Yeah, that's
unless
true.
you really
That's
know what
true.
you're doing, and then
That's true.
it's a bit messy, and then you're kind of like, all right, all of a sudden I had a pot, and it was filled with everything from noodles to dumplings to shumai to meats to veggie, and it was just, all right, just throw it all in, like there's not really a setup on timing. Like, I remember it's been a long time since we've been to Melting Pot.
Yeah.
But Melting Pot would be like, hey, here's kind of how long you'd want to cook these, and you could gauge, I don't know. It was just, it was interesting.
I think, too, seeing everything raw got a little bit to me.
Oh, there's a lot of raw stuff.
A lot of it.
And then there's like just whole
Octopuses,
octopus and
squid,
sitting there
and lamb,
Yeah.
which the lamb I thought was actually pretty good. And then it was pretty medium rare, which I love. But then my brain started doing, and I don't know.
I thought it was a cool experience. Everybody should try. I mean, we paid $40 a person for the grill and the hot pot.
Yeah, it was.
And it included
you can
ice
eat.
cream.
And yes, that was really cool.
They had a big good humor ice cream
Yeah, they
chest
sure
with like
did.
6 or 8 flavors.
They sure did.
Scoop your own ice cream. The whole plate. First of all, if you are any sort of germaphobe, I wouldn't even look at the outside of one of these places because
Yeah, they had
like,
some sanitizer though, which was really nice.
Okay, how many folks are really using that?
I
right?
did.
Like it wasn't crazy busy, but like when you
I got
if you really
busier.
think about it, you do not want to eat here if you're afraid of germs or
Okay,
anything.
please don't
because
talk about it because then
There's a lot
it's
going
gross.
on, especially
Yes.
when it gets to the ice cream. And all of these things, they don't make buffet stations and sneeze guards for people that are 6'3". So I came out with a back problem because I got to bend over. And then to get into the ice cream, see the problem is for something like the ice cream, which is so low down, for me to reach my arm all the way down, basically, if you can picture this, my face would have to just lay on the sneeze guard. So I almost have to stick my head under it, which again, not the most sanitary thing in the world. While I'm just digging into a whole big tub of ice cream. But it was interesting. And then, we had a wonderful morning. We did some tech shopping. So that was fun.
We went and got Dutch Bros, which is always amazing. And then I kind of wanted stuff for my table, and I don't know how we ended up at Best Buy, but we did.
We did.
I got my new ring, which I'm super excited about. I love the Aura ring, and if any of y'all have it, they have the 5, and it is smaller, and I don't even feel like I have it on. It's amazing. I'm very, very happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got a new turntable for my
You did.
record
He's
vinyl setup.
spent so much money recently on records that I'm like, he had a record on the other day, and I was like, is that just me or does it sound weird? And then I just didn't want the records to mess up, and we were already there, and I was already buying my ring, and I was like, well, let's go ahead and I don't know.
Yeah, I got a sweet setup.
Happy something.
Yes, yeah. My birthday's still a
28
couple.
months.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So here's what we're going to do. If you listened to the last episode, we started our Main Street Magic EPCOT World Showcase Cup.
Yes.
And what we're going to do, I know originally we said we're going to do this in 2 episodes. We're actually going to extend it to 3 because we still have a lot of matches left to play. So the 3rd and final episode, which will include the Final 4 as well as the championship matchup, that will air on the 17th, which is kind of perfect because the actual World Cup finals is on the 19th.
Nice.
So if you didn't get to listen to last episode, I would pause this one now and go back and listen. I'm not going to run through all of the rules again, but basically we ranked the 11 World Showcase pavilions. We're putting them in a single elimination tournament matchup against each other to see which one comes out. We are voting on different categories, including food, drinks, attractions, immersion, shopping, Hangout Factor, hidden details, festival presence, and then your overall kind of gut check if you could only visit one of these pavilions. Those are each weighted by certain points and have values. So it's not just, hey, this pavilion is better than that one, or this one won in 4 categories, therefore it wins. It kind of matters on which categories you're winning in. In the play-in rounds, we had number 8 Italy go against number 9 American Adventure. Italy won that by quite a score, quite a spread, I would say. We had Norway go against China. China came out overall. They were ranked number 10. Then we had number 6 Germany go against number 11 Canada, and Germany was the winner there. So today's matchup will include the number 1 seed France going up against number 8 Italy. Number 4, Morocco, going up against number 5, United Kingdom. We'll do number 2 seed Mexico against number 10 seed China. And then number 3 seed Japan goes up against number 6 seed Germany. If you are a member of Wonderland Crew, I will, by the time this episode comes out, I will have these scorecards available if you are a member.
Nice.
You can also go and actually do a single purchase, and you can download these PDFs if you would like. It'll include the rules. It'll include a bracket. And it'll include these printable scorecards so you can keep track of everything. So let's kick it off. Excuse me. Number 1 seed France is going against number 8 Italy. I think this is a pretty good matchup. And we are going to start off with food. So, we got to think of table service, quick service. The festival food comes into play. There's snacks and dessert, and this category is worth 25 points. France, Italy, Rhonda, which way are you leaning as far as, Italy really came out strong, I think, against American Adventure because of the food options.
Right.
With, Tutto Gusto and Tutto Italia. We've got Via Napoli. We've got the pizza window. They didn't fare so well on their festival foods.
Right.
But I don't really know if France has for us lately either.
So we just ate at the Lake Cropery.
We did, and that actually was outstanding.
That was amazing.
Monsieur Paul, we've only had one experience at. It was quite some time ago before they made major changes. It was one of our, I'm going to put it behind STK Orlando as our second worst dining experience at Disney.
Okay.
And Chef de France, we've enjoyed.
Yeah.
But, I know the last time that you and I went, when we did it, I think 2025 for dining package.
Right.
Like,
It
didn't seem overly French.
Yeah,
which
it
might
was
be
good.
okay for us after lunch on that.
It was
They weren't serving
good.
caterpillars, skinless caterpillars on wet naps. Let's just say that.
It was good. I think it was very busy. It was very I feel like we were sitting as close as we are to the people next to us.
Yes, we were. Yeah, you could reach over and be like, "Are you done with that bread?"
But the bread was good.
The bread was very good. And the dishes were good.
The dishes were very good.
Yeah.
I think, and a lot of the time the festival food is, you have to pick and choose now because there's a lot.
Yes.
But the festival food has always been really good.
Yeah.
I think the only reason you're thinking is because, unfortunately, it seemed like cat food, the one.
Yeah, I don't feel as though lately the festival food has drawn us in as much as it used to. But historically, we have always enjoyed it, other than cat food year.
And I'm sure that there was something else that was really good there.
Yeah.
Whether it be some type of cheese dish, whatever.
We always like when they do the
dessert,
fondues and the bries, when they do any sort of croissants.
So,
yeah.
And if we were drinking every single time, we'd get a drink from there. So
you also have the patisserie.
Gonna say France.
Yeah.
Because you have the ice cream in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, patisserie. You've got the ice cream. Those are all in addition to. And I'll say, Rhonda brought up the creperie there. We didn't go for a long time because we were like, okay, crepes.
Well, we
didn't
had
love the
one
outside
from the
window
outside
when it first opened.
Yeah.
Those things were outstanding.
They were.
I
was blown away.
With dining packages coming back again, for like candlelight processional, probably going to look at something for food and wine. There's a good handful of bands I would love to see.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to make a specific trip just to see a band, but I'm going to look at what our weekends are looking like. And if we're there and there is one we want to see, I'll probably go ahead and look at a dining package. It's going to be hard. Price, food, value, everything you get, it's going to be really hard not to book the creperie again.
Yeah.
So we are going to have France. Nope. France is going to take the food, which is a big one because it is worth the most at 25 points. All right, move on to drinks, which you just mentioned. You have the slushies, both at the regular booth, year round. You have the festival slushies. Those are the only two places we were ever really stopping for drinks back when we drank, whereas, I don't know, in my opinion, you're going up against Tutto Gusto.
Well, and then, like I said, the now cart that had the spritzers and had all those things.
Yeah, that's right.
And then
that's
the limoncello. I would go ahead and give it to Italy because I feel like I would stop there. Like I might quote unquote pass
shop,
France.
You can go in and get the shots basically.
Yeah.
Buy different wines.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we are going to take
give
Italy.
it to Italy.
Yeah. I think you are 100% spot on with that. And drinks are worth 15 points. Okay. Attractions. Sorry, Italy, but we're going up against Ratatouille.
Oh yeah.
So
and Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Beauty and the Beast.
They have two.
Sing along. Impressions de France, which will counteract sometimes, with the Beauty and the Beast sing along. So really, when you're going down to it, I don't. There's no way that Italy can take this one. I don't know why France and Italy just confuse me because they seem so similar in my mind from a cultural standpoint.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Italy is going to easily take
France.
See, that's what I keep messing up. All right, that's why you have these score sheets to keep track. Okay. Immersion. We mentioned this last episode. We have not been to any of the World Showcase countries other than America in real life. So a lot of what we have to go by is the country itself, represented at World Showcase, as well as what we know from television and movies.
Right.
So as far as that immersion goes, which way are you leaning between France and Italy?
I feel like this is bad to say it like this. I don't feel like I care. But I'm trying to think, for example, I watched Emily in Paris. Mm-hmm. And
did it look like it could have been filmed at the World Showcase?
No, but it was pretty and it was neat. So I don't know. Part of me says France. But I don't know.
Yeah,
part of me says Italy's fine.
I would lean towards France. And I'm going to tell you because you have the Eiffel Tower there, right?
Yeah.
Which is so well known to most anybody who is alive and breathing, right? You know the Eiffel Tower. Mm-hmm. I think with the addition of Ratatouille in that entire area, that takes you even further into, hey, these are the city streets of Paris or, some French town, whatever it may be, which you really already had when you think, here's one way I want to look at it too. When you're in Italy at the World Showcase, you would have to position yourself properly to not see other parts of World Showcase, like the World Showcase Lagoon.
Yep.
You could technically be standing in line at the pizza window there, turn around and look and go, okay, I can see the lagoon, right? I can see other parts of EPCOT. You are taken far into France, whether you're going back to the patisserie and getting ice cream, whether you are heading back into the Ratatouille area.
Right, but usually back in the Ratatouille, you can unfortunately see the Skyliner.
You just combine it, so you just called it the Ratateria? Yes, you can see the Skyliner.
But I was thinking the patisserie, that is where you're really
Truly.
and I feel that is very real.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we're going to go, though, with France on this one. Okay, and I'm going to circle the correct one. Immersion is worth 20 points. Okay, how about shopping? How do you feel about the shopping? I love the shop that is connected to the patisserie as you walk through.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it often has some very unique items. They're specific, obviously, to Paris, to France. Over in Italy, though, you do have that entire shop behind, that wine spot that we used to go into, or the place where you can get the little limoncello shots and things like that. You do have the perfume and cologne shop.
Right.
So you certainly have some pretty good shopping there. I don't know if personally one of these is a clear-cut winner. Shopping is worth 10 points, and this is where I don't think this category is truly going to matter because nobody has a clear-cut advantage in my mind.
I mean...
What do you think?
I mean, I would say I'd probably only give it to France because, it's got that place back there. And there's some really great things that I've found. And then anytime that something quote unquote new comes to Epcot that like I feel like you can't find, I'm like, oh, we got to go back to the patisserie, because that's where sometimes it is. And then you have the Ratatouille like shop kind of over in that section.
Yeah, kind of all those kiosks in the shopping area there. Good point.
And then the perfume and the other ones where you can get all the other stuff.
That's
like,
right. You can get perfume and colognes at France as well, not just the big one in Italy. Yeah,
and I think that one actually engraves. Now, I don't know about the Italy, but
they both do. Italy engraves as well.
So, anyways.
Okay. I'm cool with France. I agree with you. And I think that the most people are heading back to go to the patisserie, not to shop there.
Right.
So it's not often crowded within the shop area.
Yes.
Unless the patisserie line is coming all the way through it, which it often does, but still.
Yeah.
And it has a neat little hustle bustle because there are the folks that are eating there.
Right.
Like you are in this indoor cafe or patisserie somewhere in Paris or France, whatever. Yeah. So France is going to take that one. All right. How about Hangout Factor? You know, this is the one, could you spend an hour or 2 hours just kind of hanging out here in one of these pavilions? Again, I think for me with the fountains that are right there with the patisserie.
First of all, you could sit around the fountains.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times where I have, and it's been really hot, and I dip my hand in, not my feet or anything else, and just kind of like pat myself or whatever because it is so hot. And then if you can get a spot back along where Ratatouille is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful back
there's
there.
There's a lot of nice tables back there to hang out at.
Benches.
Yep.
There's,
You know, I think it's something else that if we want moving forward into Hangout Factor, you could almost have like photo factor. You know, like to me, you're going to take more photos and you could spend, you know, I think if Lacey and her friends who love to do photo shoots at the beach and all, you know, if they were going to do a photo shoot, like they would select France over Italy because of all the incredible photo opportunities. So France is going to take that one. All right. How about hidden details? This is worth 5 points. I believe this is true that there are systems in place to keep birds from landing on the Eiffel Tower because it would break the illusion, because you would look up and be like, the Eiffel Tower is supposed to be how big? Because if that bird is 87 feet tall. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't see birds on it.
So there's a system. I don't know if it's like a sound system, like the way that, you know, dogs can hear dog whistles. There's something that apparently does detract birds from coming to it and landing on it, so it doesn't break that illusion. For me, right there, I mean, that's pretty incredible as far as a hidden detail that they are truly looking at.
How'd you know that?
I just see stuff on the interwebs. Okay. I'm on it a lot. So, you know, I think that's amazing. But, you know, again, with either one of these, I think the details are absolutely incredible without having been to them. But you're cool with just that being...
Yeah.
Because I think that takes a little bit away from immersion. That's a very specific detail to help not break the immersion for most folks. So France will take that one as well. All right. Festival presents worth 5 points. Who has the better festival presents?
France.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, we kind of already covered that when we were talking food. And then finally, overall, if someone said, Rhonda, your gut check, I can go to World Showcase, but I can only go to either Italy or France. Which one should I go to? France. So France put an absolute whooping. This was,
Italy only had one.
Yeah, they did. They only
it looks like 3, but...
No, I crossed out one I circled. So I was... But yeah, France by a long shot. And that's why, honestly, look at this. They're the number 1 seed. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. Okay. Next up is our number 4 matchup against our number 5, United Kingdom, Morocco. Morocco is number 4. United Kingdom is number 5. Let's talk food. Morocco lost. Restaurant Marrakesh, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tangerine Cafe basically acts as the festival center point for those booths. And we do have what I think is one of the best restaurants in Epcot, though, at Spice Road Table, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Now, this has to go up against the thoughts of a Rose and Crown, which is fine. Yorkshire Fish Company, which is really, really great for fish and chips. Mm-hmm. It is Gary Scottish approved. He and his family, including his children at the time.
Yeah. At the time.
Well, they're still his children, but I mean, this was so many years ago. They were young, like,
Yes.
and they still were like, "This is great." Yeah. So with all that being said, this is one of those. If you're going head to head, Spice Road Table beats any of that, in my opinion.
Okay.
But you can't deny how good Yorkshire is, and how consistent, at least for us, Rose and Crown has been.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best British food you're going to find, and it is a very, very limited menu. But anytime we've had it, we've enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. We do take the festival food into account here. We are going to stop at Morocco 10 times before we stop at, any kind of UK booth once. So that's something to think about. With all that being said, which way are you leaning for the food?
I mean,
Still
I
with
would
United Kingdom, or
no, I would say Morocco could
do think
have
so?
it.
I think the quality of food there is so much better.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, in my opinion. And again, you don't have to pick it, but we have to agree on it. So
That's fine.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. I agree.
Now, I think drink can be a completely different conversation.
Okay.
I do really think that the walk-up bar at Spice Road Table is a great one. They do have that mint tea, that Moroccan mint tea that I absolutely love. Used to get it with alcohol. Now I get it without. If you are looking for a very well mixed cocktail, they're serving them there. But you have Rose and Crown.
Yeah. Rose and Crown.
And we're never going to EPCOT, even now, and not stopping at Rose and Crown.
Yep.
So you think with that alone,
Yep.
United Kingdom takes it.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's move on to attractions. Neither one has a true attraction. Now, the United Kingdom, it's got music. It's got entertainment, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you
that's
head back
cool.
there, way
Yep.
back in the pavilion there. Morocco does have music and entertainment. It's got its own stage area with that
Belly
Moroccan
dancing.
style entertainment. The belly dancing lady. Which way do you lean on this? If that's what we're looking about.
I feel like the only reason I'm going to say this is Morocco. No, not Morocco. I'm sorry, UK.
Yeah.
Because, if the belly dancer in Morocco is out, we never stop.
Right.
Depending, we've totally stopped and hung out. Whatever is playing in the UK.
Yeah, and it's all songs that we know.
Really
because
cool.
It's a cover band.
Yeah.
Right. So playing British music.
And it's back in the tea garden. It's really cool.
It's a really, really good
beautiful back there.
Also, if you want to put character experiences in here, you can go meet Jasmine, which is a cool area there. But in the UK, you have a chance to meet Alice, which to me is a little more niche, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
And she's right there in the tea garden area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always a really wonderful meet and greet with her. So we're going to give that one to the United Kingdom. Okay, let's move on to Immersion. Which would you say? I think, when you think about the Immersion, now that is one that the Moroccan government had involvement in.
I think
and
Morocco
sent artists.
takes that because back when you're back in there,
Yeah.
Even back in the tea gardens, I don't feel like, I don't know. And then walking through, I don't feel like I'm in, but I don't know. I've never also been there, but I mean, I think, to hate to say it, but let alone what you just started to say with all the Moroccan stuff.
And here's another thing, I can, off the top of my head, name you 3 or 4 British pubs that are within a 20-minute drive of us that are pretty legitimate British pubs. You think of Meehan's down in St. Augustine, these are pretty legitimate British pubs. And certainly Rose and Crown does a great job of that, and it extends throughout the entire pavilion. But it's not something that we can get normally in the way that Morocco presents itself. I can't think of anywhere really that we can go. I'm sure there's some Moroccan style restaurants that tend to be hookah bars around us, but a lot of them are in strip malls, and you don't get that full feel. So I think having an opportunity to get immersed in a place that you can't get anywhere near your own home is what kind of gives it to Morocco as well. All right, let's move on to shopping. I'm going to lean towards the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
I love those little shops. Everything from, when we were drinking tea a lot, we go into the tea area with Twinnings. I love it. You can walk in and buy everything from Rolling Stones, shirts and stuff, to the Beatles. You have all of the different Scottish
Crown
and
stuff, too.
crests and stuff you can buy. Family crest. You can get the Rose and Crown gear. So I feel like right there, the UK is a pretty easy winner. All right. How about Hangout Factor?
But
Which one would
Morocco
you
does
take?
have those cool shops where
has some
you
great
can
shops.
buy,
Yeah.
I
And then
bought
there's
the
indoor,
henna
outdoor,
stuff.
street market type shops, which are really cool.
Yep.
And I think it's like I could walk into the United Kingdom shops and find something every time.
I feel like that too. Morocco, I feel like I'd have to be.
You'd have to either be looking or something. You're just like, oh man, that's really great. But it's not like you walk in there every time and you're like, I gotta have this. Like,
Right.
They've had dresses and stuff that you really enjoyed. They have some really cool stuff.
They have jasmine inspired stuff and all kinds of stuff like that. But I went back there to get henna for the girls before. But I like other than that, like you said, there's something that I have to go into,
Right.
and but we go in the shops almost every single time.
Yes, we do.
At the UK. So
Yeah. This is the closest matchup we have had this far in, I think, out of anything so far.
Wow.
So let's move to that Hangout Factor. Which one are you seeing a hangout in more?
I mean, we have literally hung out in UK.
Yeah, at Rose and Crown.
So we hang out in Rose and Crown. It's too hot to go back and sit or anything, but we have kind of hung out again.
Again, watching the band.
Yeah, so
I agree. So I think United Kingdom takes that one.
Morocco, the only reason now we would quote unquote hang out is because there's a pass holder. So are we going to put that into play?
I know because it's not year round.
Okay.
I mean, yes, if you go, all right, in the past 2-3 months since the pass holder lounge has been open, which one have we hung out in more? It's been there.
Yep.
But that's because it is an indoor space
Yep.
that is air conditioned that you can sit for as long as
Which
you
is
want.
amazing.
That's really the only reason. It's not because it is in Morocco. It happens to be in Morocco. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like we go to Rose and Crown to hang out because it's Rose and Crown. If the United Kingdom
But if
had a pass
Holly's
holder
not
lounge,
there, we don't hang out. We
no,
move
we usually
on.
keep moving on. But still, she's been there for quite some time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she's not planning on going anywhere, so
Yeah.
it counts. You know what I mean?
So it
If the
counts.
pass holder lounge was in any World Showcase country, we would have spent as much time hanging out in
Yeah.
it. It's not because it is actually in Morocco that we go to it. You know,
Just
it's not,
wanted
if
to throw
every
that out
World
there
Showcase
before.
had a pass holder lounge and we chose the Moroccan one every time, that's a different story.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk the hidden details. This is where I have to lean back to Morocco. You know, I
Okay.
know that they changed
Yeah.
all of the tile work around the fountains, and they did not really keep them standard to Moroccan traditions and culture. You know, like Moroccan culture, you know, states that nothing like that can be perfect. So there'd always be like a misplaced tile, right? Because the only thing perfect is their God.
Okay.
So when they did those refurbishments, I'm pretty sure they didn't adhere to that same principle. But there are so many other details throughout, I think, that, you know, they got rid of one of the greatest hidden details when they removed a certain door. But I think still the detail that they put into that pavilion is absolutely unbelievable. You
Okay.
agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get that one. So we are still very, very close. We got 15 points left on the board with 2 more categories. Right now, the United Kingdom leads 55-50.
Oh my
Right?
goodness.
So we're going into stoppage time, I'm
What
going to
does that
say.
mean?
That's
Okay.
what Jussie told me about with soccer. Because they just count up, and I'm sure Lucy's or Caleb has shared this before. They don't stop the clock, they count up, but
Oh, yeah, that's right.
they allot for anything like downtime, basically, and then they add it on. It's still silly to me. All right, festival presents. United Kingdom and Morocco. We talked a little bit about the food before.
Morocco has always had
Morocco, hands down,
Yeah.
is outstanding every single time. All right, so we are all tied. So this is the first time this is going to make a difference because we are tied 55-55. So gut check Rhonda
UK.
and the winner, United Kingdom and Morocco.
Yeah.
You're picking the United
Of
Kingdom?
course.
All right. Wow. So that was the closest match we've had at 65-55.
I mean, do you agree with me with
I
gut
agree
check?
completely.
Like if you were like,
I do.
where would you go to like
I do.
I'm like UK. Like
If you know, if restaurant Marrakesh comes back, that would be maybe a different story, but I still don't know if it would be enough to take over just hanging out in the United Kingdom and walking through those areas. And again, when you look at some of that immersion, like right now, there isn't as much reason to go all the way back into Morocco unless you're a pass holder going to the lounge.
Right.
You know, you can go and check out Jasmine, or you can go through some of those little shops and there's some drinks and stuff available. But other than that, you're just not going to spend as much time there. I think it's become much more of a pass through. So with that, the United Kingdom moves on. And in our next episode, in the final four, it will take on number 1, France. Okay, we're moving on to number 2, Mexico, going up against number 10, China. Let's start with food. You know, China, you are looking at Nine Dragons. You are looking at the Lotus Blossom Cafe. Yeah. They had the play-in round, remember? They were one of the play-in rounds. With Mexico, you have San Angel Inn. You have the Restaurante. You have, we got to take festival food into account.
They always have the best festival food. Always.
You've got Chose de Margarita. You've got Cava.
Guess it's Mexico.
I mean, I don't think there's a, you know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. And what I love about Mexico to me is that, especially when it comes to the festival food, so I can pretty much probably tell you who's going to win the festival round, they push the envelope by changing the menu every time. And they could very easily say, let's do what American Mexican restaurants are always doing. And all we're going to put every time is a taco, enchilada, and some nachos, right? They don't. They do other things, you know? And so like chili rellenos or whatever it may be. So I think that they get much more inventive.
They get their
there.
food right. They might not always
They
get
do.
their drinks right, but...
At the festival, yes. But moving on to the drink round,
Oh.
I mean, I think you're really looking at two things. You're looking at Cava de Tequila.
Right.
And going up against the kiosk that does the bubble teas and the beverage and the drinks, the alcoholic drinks, and the, you know, that kiosk. I mean, it's not a very fair matchup. I also think you have to take into account, you know, Chose de Margarita, which has margaritas on tap, frozen, like ready to go. So
yeah, I think that's the one we're gonna have to go with because they have technically two places. Yes, they have the tequila place inside the pavilion, but they have the one outside too.
Yeah.
And then China only has that one.
yeah, and if we want to get away from alcoholic beverages and go to non-alcoholic beverages, Cava de Tequila has the Mentirosa, which
really
is absolutely amazing. Now that I think, well, that's not Disney owned.
No. Oh yeah.
So that should not change. But now that Disney has changed at Walulu, the pina colada to not include liars anymore and be handmade instead of just coming out of a carton.
Yeah.
I think the Mentirosa probably, for me personally, moves up to the number one best non-alcoholic drink on property. So
We'll have to go check next time.
Yes, we will. All right. How about attractions? China has their 360 show. And then Mexico has the very beloved Three Caballeros. So, I mean, is it a conversation? Right.
No.
I mean, you know, entertainment aside, when you used to be able to walk into China at any time and have the tumblers out there, remember, in that area?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would beat it. But now when you have to go up against a physical, actual boat ride attraction.
Right.
Versus a 360 old show, I think it's pretty hard not to pick Mexico, right? How about Immersion for you?
I guess Mexico. I guess Mexico because of being inside when you go inside the pavilion and do the ride and everything. I feel like that's the reason I would pick that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree. When you're in there, you're in there.
Yeah.
You know, I always compare it to going to Bally's Paris in Vegas, you know, and when you're indoors and you're looking up and you're like, well, there's clouds. Like, where am I? Like, you truly are. You're like, you're not in Las Vegas anymore.
Right.
When you're inside of that pyramid, like, you're not in EPCOT anymore.
Yeah.
So I definitely think Mexico wins on that one. All right. How about shopping? China has that long array of shops. Mexico does have inside the pyramid in that, like, market.
Oh yeah, and they have a lot of good stuff in there.
They do.
Like,
I mean, you've got artists hand making.
Yeah.
You know, little
Kaylin
wooden. We got her
Moore.
the little wooden chihuahua that time and all. So, this is a hard one because I think there's so much to take in over in the China pavilion.
Poor China. Let's give it to China because we always buy something because
Yeah.
remember at the very end there's food. And
Yeah.
lately we have been getting something every single time. And now,
They were thinking of Japan.
oh God, then never mind.
Yeah.
Why are we?
You don't even know why we're doing this matchup, do you?
No.
Okay. So you want to give it to Mexico for
Yeah,
shopping?
I
All right.
mean-
Okay. All right. So Mexico, I'm not even adding the score right now. All right. How about Hangout Factor?
I guess Mexico. We don't ever hang out.
No, we do not. We don't hang out in China. And we have to, and to be honest, if you want to, as good as their shopping is, I feel like you have to make a point, or we have to make a point to walk back into their shopping because it's the only reason you're walking back in there.
Yeah.
Like you're going to walk into the pyramid over at Mexico because it's cool to hang out. There's 3 caballeros. There's
Well,
a
and then
decent
there's,
restaurant. There's Cava de la Tequila. Like there's reasons to walk in there every time.
Okay.
Whereas the sole purpose of going back to the China shopping is simply for the shopping.
Okay.
Right? So I think that takes into play not only the shopping and Mexico winning that, as though we just discussed, but also Mexico taking, I think, the hangout factor as
Okay.
well. This could be the first sweep. Okay, maybe not because of hidden details. And I'll bring up the conversation we had last episode, which was Kathleen. when I
then
went with
they
her,
can have China.
and she spent time in China. And literally, she was blown away by the details
Okay.
throughout there. So they get their first 5 points.
Okay.
All right, festival presents. Which way are you leaning?
Mexico.
Yeah,
100%.
by far. You know, the drinks aren't always the best when they were mixing some weird margaritas.
Yeah.
I don't think they always hit. But the food
I
has
think they've
hit every
fixed
single time.
them though since we've stopped drinking some
Yeah.
because I feel like more
Other
people
folks that have had
try
them and
yes.
enjoyed them. Yeah.
Yes. So
I think they, I feel like they went, you remember they were doing like a s'mores margarita, and like, I think they were trying to get so inventive and break a mold that didn't need to be broken.
Yeah, it
And
was
they
really-
finally went
yeah.
back to something that was
Yeah.
much more traditional to what they would serve.
Yeah.
And then our overall gut check, Mexico.
Mexico.
Or China. So
and I would say that because of you. Like you love Mexico
it's,
so much.
it's
Right.
It really is
I'd be like
possibly my favorite pavilion.
yeah.
And it wins 110 to 10, which was an absolute beating. So Mexico moves on. All right, we're going to move into our last matchup of this episode, which will bring us down to our final 4. This is going to be a number 3 seeded Japan. This first time playing in the tournament.
Oh, okay.
I know Japan and China, you get them mixed up sometimes, especially when it comes to the shops.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And that's going to go against number 11 Canada. I'm sorry, number 6 Germany. Germany won that first round against Canada. So Japan, Germany. Let me fill out my sheet that you can find on Wonderland Crew. All right, food. Right, so
Japan and
Germany. You're looking at Beer Garden.
Beer Garden.
You're looking at Sommerfest.
That's right.
One that I got a little flack from our friend Jody, and she was correct. We never mentioned caramel couche in the first episode when we were discussing Germany.
And you know what's so funny? I think I remember that.
Yeah.
At some point, like I wanted to say it, and then
somehow
it
it
just
never made it
somehow
into the
yes,
conversation. Yeah.
I'm not sure
But
how.
you got to think about that, right? For Germany.
Oh.
But you're really looking at Beer Garden, caramel couche. You're looking at Sommerfest, which we don't get food from traditionally.
Right.
Because I can only hold my nose so long to not breathe in the sauerkraut to go back there. Going up against Japan, which has Katsura Grill, which we've always enjoyed. It has Shikisai, that we did not long after it opened to get sushi. You have I can't put it in my brain. You've got their teppanyaki spot, right? You've got Takumite, which we have not done because it's like $210 a person, but something we'll look at one of these days.
Yeah.
So you really have to match up which of those, and I think it comes down to a couple things. One, which has the better overall food, which has the better overall experience, but more importantly, because this is our show and our matchup, which is the one that you want to dine in the most?
I mean, we've done Beer Garden quite a few
Yeah.
times. I don't know. What are you saying? Are you saying Germany?
I know. Yeah, I really am leaning towards Germany, because I think along with that food comes the entertainment portion, which you get in Beer Garden.
Right.
Right? Takumite is out of reach for the average park goer because of the expense of it.
Yeah.
I think it's one that you save up for over quite some time. And if you're not going that often, you might not decide you want to drop $500 for a date night or whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Shiki-Sai had some of the best service we have ever had.
Yeah.
I think that's just that culture. The service is always incredible.
Right.
Katsura Grill was one of the girls' favorites.
Yeah. That
But
was really good.
again, I kind of look back and go, all right, which place are we most likely to do a sit-down meal at next? It's probably Beer Garden. Mm-hmm. Which place are we most likely to walk into every single time we pass it? Caramel Kuche.
Oh, yeah.
So I think with that, Germany.
That's fine.
All right. Now, how about drinks?
Well,
you can go back into the shops in Japan. They've got sake bars.
I don't like
they have that. I know, but again, this is kind of for everyone. They have that new one that opened with those drinks as soon as you exit the shopping. Remember on the right, they built that kiosk. We've only walked past it once now. You got Schofferhofer over in Germany,
right?
Which is one of those where I can tell you. I mean, I'll still say it now. If somebody says, "Jeremy, where do I got to get a beer?"
Yeah.
In the World Showcase.
And then we can get
you used to be really, really
beer.
good at it. I'm going to be like, go get a Schofferhofer in Germany, right? Plus you can get the Kloschhauser, however they pronounce it. Non-alcoholic beer there as well. So are you voting Germany?
Sure.
Okay. Attractions. We don't have any. You have the drummers in Japan, which is their entertainment.
And I do like them,
Yes.
and we've stopped multiple times.
We do. They're pretty cool to watch every time.
So I'll give that to Japan.
Well, if you want to look at additional entertainment, I think you would have to bring Beer Garden into this situation, whereas you then have to
or
go
around
sit
the
down
festival, and then don't they sing or don't
Yeah,
they
they do have that
something?
little German stage there as well, much like the Moroccan one that they're doing music.
But
and
we
stuff
never
from.
stop there.
No, we don't. So I agree that I think the drummers reign supreme here. So Japan gets their first category win. All right, how about Immersion? To me, these are so similar to Immersion. I think they both do it extremely well.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Immersion? Is there an aspect of one or the other? I mean, I almost have to take Beer Garden into account again.
Why? You have to go inside there.
I know,
to
but
do
when
that,
you're
but
sitting
not.
inside of there.
But that's
That's
can
all
go
but
back
Immersion-
in Japan and all the water and like up to the
Katsura Grill
Yep,
and all? I agree with that
would
as well.
Say that
Japan?
one, yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, it is beautiful back there, and we've walked back there, and I think I walked back there and was like, "Oh my gosh, this is." Wow.
Yeah.
Like this is gorgeous. And up the stairs and looking at the water.
Yep.
I think it made us do that because we were hunting for something.
Probably.
One of the
Scavenger hunts?
so and that
Okay.
and
Well-
the koi pond.
Oh, the
fish,
koi pond is great.
All
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah. I'm gonna say that.
All right. I love, Japan takes that one. Shopping. I got to go with Japan on this.
Because that's
Their
the one.
department store is outstanding. And yeah,
That's
that is
the
the
one
one we
we
get
always-
food at. We'll
yes.
grab a snack or something at the end.
Yes.
There's so much great shop. I mean, you could spend, we're going to get to Hangout Factor after this. Like Hangout Factor alone could take place all within inside their department store.
Okay.
So I think Japan takes that one, and with that, they actually take the lead, 45-40. Now we're moving on to Hangout Factor. So which one do you see more of that? Let's hang out. I wish that the, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it the town center, I don't know what you'd call it in Germany, where there's the fountain in the middle outside of Beer Garden.
Yeah.
There are very few tables around. It could be a much better hangout area if there were some more tables, if there were some more seating opportunities, some shade. I kind of go back to the shopping and being able to hang out in that department store for hours on end almost. So
That's fine.
thoughts? You're going with Japan on that one?
That's fine.
Okay. That gives them a much more sizable lead. How about the hidden details? I don't really know which way to go on this one, so I'll take whatever you kind of think here. I mean, there are some wonderful hidden details in Japan, like everything you were just mentioning.
Right. And then that little section of Germany. I like the Steinhaus. I like the
Where do you take into place the
and-
train area in Germany as far as hidden details?
That's considered it. Oh, that's
Yeah.
super cool. I don't know.
Because technically that could have gone into attractions.
Yeah.
But,
people look at it all the time.
yeah.
I love looking at it. The festivals,
I mean, they put little festival posters on the little lamps.
I'll give it to Germany. Absolutely.
Just because of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they print tiny festival banners and they switch them out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. All right. So that gives us a little bit of a closer score, but Germany's going to really have to come out here in the end. Festival presence.
Japan.
Yeah.
Japan always is good. They always have some cool stuff.
I agree. That's going to secure the win for them. Germany would have had to take these last two to tie it, and it would have been our first tie. And I don't know what we would have done. We didn't discuss that. But yeah, I think the food in Japan is always outstanding.
Yeah.
They're always they're switching things up often.
Yep.
Germany, I don't always need the food that they're doing there. Like a lot of times it's Belgian waffles.
Oh, right.
It's like
we skip
it's
it.
probably one of our least visited festival
100%.
areas. I
100%.
can't remember the last time we got.
festival.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we got food.
What is
from
there?
there.
4 festivals?
Yeah. Yep.
The only thing we go to is for Christmas, the cookie. Usually, I think.
Yes,
because
it's
the is it the Linzer cookie?
Yeah, it's the Linzer
It's
cookie.
so
there, which
good.
we love. All right, our gut check overall. Somebody can only choose one. Which one are you telling me to go to? Japan,
because the drummer is probably Japan.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
If somebody says that, I'm like, I mean, I would say Germany because of Caramel Couché, but I would. Yeah, I guess. What do you say?
I don't know.
Caramel
it doesn't matter in
Couché.
the end. But I do think
Give it to
Germany is
Germany
pretty.
then.
Give it to Germany just to make them feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. So they ended up with 55 points. So actually ended up being 65 to 55. And Japan did win, but it was a very, very close matchup there. So with that, we're going to close out this episode in this round. And we're going to give you our final 4. France moves on after beating Italy. They're going to go up against the United Kingdom, who took out Morocco. We are going to have Mexico, who overtook China, go up against Japan, who just beat Germany. So again, France is going against the United Kingdom. Mexico goes against Japan. The winners of those two will meet for the championship in our next episode. You'll get all of that, so you got to hit subscribe.
Yep.
You get these brand new episodes every single Tuesday and Friday. Again, check out wonderlandcrew.com so you can take a look at either downloading these sheets if you're already a member, or you'll be able to purchase them separately if you don't feel like joining. And then finally, Rhonda and I, we would be very, very thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
And that's all we've got, and we'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home.